before we get going. But let me do a quick introduction myself. My name is Inger Marr. I'm the Senior Director of Student and Academic Services here at the GSM. And my student services team manages the exchange experience for our students, whether it's students traveling abroad to one of our partner schools. We have partner relationships with over 14 universities around the world, or it's our exchange students who are here currently at the GSM this quarter spending time with us. So we've got 5 students who are going to be sharing with you their experiences and stories. And then we're also going to give some time at the end for any Q&A that you might have, and then we'll wrap up with a couple of deadlines and reminders. Hopefully my computer will cooperate this evening and we can move forward with some of these slides. Because my computer's not liking me tonight. There we go, our agenda. So very briefly, again, we've got 5 students, and before we get into their content, I'm going to ask perhaps we go around the room since we're a relatively small group, and I'll start with Josue and work my way through. If you could take a minute just to introduce yourself, what program are you in, what year are you, what your exchange experience, where it was and when, and then we'll work around the room. And then since we just have Nicole and Isaac, maybe they can do also a quick introduction, and then we'll kick into your stories. Okay, Josue, you want to lead us off?
Yeah, of course. So my name is Josue. I'm a second year full-time MBA program. And I got the opportunity to go to National Taiwan University in Taipei, Taiwan this past fall 23. And I'm going to pass it off to Garren.
All right. Yeah, I'm Garren. I'm also a second year in the full-time program. And this last fall, I got the chance to go to Jönköping University, specifically Jönköping International Business School. They kind of have a different setup there. But and then that was in Jönköping, Sweden. And it was a great experience. So I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys.
Thanks, Garren. Ansh, you want to intro yourself?
Yes, sure. So hi everyone. My name is Ansh. I'm born and brought up in Delhi, Mumbai, and then I did my graduation from Mumbai. Post that, I worked for a couple of years, and then I am right now in my first year marketing at IMT Ghaziabad. I got a golden opportunity to spend one of the quarters at UC Davis, and I'm enjoying my time both academically, understanding how's everything here, and at the same time going to different cities and seeing why people recognize US as a very dominated country.
Thank you, Ansh.
Thank you.
Muskaan.
Hi everyone, my name is Muskaan and I'm currently in my first year in IMT UC Davis, and I got the opportunity, like golden opportunity, to be here and learn and meet a lot of peers in networking. I even went to some of the Sacramento networking events and even got the opportunity to like meet one of the billionaire of China. So it's been amazing learning from them and just having like all the opportunities, and you can just participate in it, and also got to see some few of the cities and actually like talk to different people. Like yesterday I went to Napa Valley and I talked to one person from Canada, one person from UK, and just having a different conversations. It just broadens your minds and perspectives.
Awesome, thank you. And then Kuhu.
Good evening, everyone. So I was also mostly been raised in Delhi. I have done my graduation, like undergraduate in economics from Delhi University, and then I worked for a year and started my MBA at IMT. As Muskaan and Ansh, I've been lucky enough to be selected for this exchange program at UC Davis. The experience here has been really fun, both academically and in terms of how the places I've been able to traverse over here. So I've really always wanted to learn more about finance, and what better way to learn about finance than in America. So that's something that has helped me a lot to pivot my goals going forward. And I've had a really nice time roaming around places. They're nearby. So I've explored a lot of California. I went to Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and I also got to explore San Francisco. So that's been really amazing so far. I'm looking forward to roaming around more.
Great. Thank you so much, all of you. Nicole, I'm gonna popcorn it over to you. If you could just introduce yourself, your program, and your year, just so we know who we're with tonight.
Yeah, hi everyone. Sorry I'm having technical difficulties, but my name is Nicole Sanchez. I am with UC Davis Bay Area part-time program. I'm a first year, and this is actually my second quarter with the program. And yeah, I'm interested in listening into your stories, but I will have to hop out by 6 because I have class at 6, but I'm here. I'm all ears.
Thank you. Yes, we'll wrap up by 6 for sure. Thanks, Nicole. And I think we had another person, but I don't know if they're still with us. Did we lose somebody?
I think we did.
Oh man. Okay. Well, we're going to forge ahead. This is recorded. So Nicole, this is all for you. And we're going to be sharing this with the entire GSM community when we're done. So we may have a small but dedicated group this evening, but this will be sent out to the community. So thank you for that. And we're going to start off with Josue telling us about your experience in Taiwan. So if you could lead us off, Josue, and just tell us about where you studied and about the experience, that would be great.
Yeah, I had a great time in Taiwan. I got to explore most of the country when I was in dealing with the academics. So that was really nice. And I also got to visit some neighboring countries such as Japan, Vietnam, and the Philippines. And I stayed in the heart of Taipei, which is like the capital of Taiwan, which was amazing. I was walking around using their subway system all the time. And as far as the academics, it was a great experience to be with other international students from all over the world, since they kind of paired us all together, and learning and how to work effectively with people from different countries was really nice and a great experience.
And if you had any advice for someone who wants to pursue an opportunity like you had, Josue, what might that be?
Yeah,
What
my
comes to
advice would
mind?
be my advice would be to take full advantage of the study abroad opportunities that are available to us. Um, I missed out during undergrad since COVID hit, and I know I wanted to take advantage going into grad school. And when I saw this opportunity, I hopped on right away. And it's so nice to see different cultures and how different everything is compared to the US. Um, yeah, so take full advantage of just having these opportunities available to us.
Great. What was the academic experience overall like? Did you find it comparable or different to what it's like here at the GSM?
I think I was very fortunate that all of my classes were taught in English, as well as everyone within my classes spoke English. So that made it very easier and didn't make me feel too far away from home. The only difference was sort of my schedule. Finding the right schedule for myself was a little challenging, but I was able to choose all the courses that I wanted to do.
Excellent. And are you staying in touch with any of your friends and peers from that experience?
Yeah, of course. We're sort of limited by time zones, but yeah, I have friends all across the world now, and it's very amazing. Hopefully, I get to visit them.
Great. That's great. Thank you, Josue. And if people have questions, can they reach out to you this year while you're still at the GSM?
Yeah, of course. If you
Awesome.
want to learn more about Taiwan or any neighboring country, feel free to reach out to me.
Oh, great. Thank you. All right. Garren, you're up next.
All right. Well, yeah, I also had an amazing experience. Just that to start with the academics, it was really cool to learn in another culture and see how, you know, the country's culture affects their opinions on academics. So I got to take a corporate sustainability class while I was there. That was super interesting because Sweden's known for their sustainability work, and you could really see why it mattered to them because of the climate that you lived in. You know, as the winters got on, it got darker and colder, and I got to learn how their winters have been changing over the years with climate change, and got to see the impact of that and how it impacted them. And that was cool to learn within a different culture. It was a pretty comparable experience to the GSM in terms of like rigor. It's an international business school, so the language of the business school is not Swedish, it's English. So everybody was expected to speak like a solid level of English, and all the classes were in English as well, which was very easy. And then the school had a very cool culture in Sweden. The first 10 days of the first 10 days of the semester is what they call a kickoff, where you get placed in kind of like, they take all the new coming students and they put them in groups of 10, and they have a big event where you play a bunch of games every day and meet a bunch of people. So that was nice because I got to meet a lot of friends and meet a ton of people from around the around the world that go to this international business school. That's what that picture in the top left is from. That was the last big event of it. It was a big toga party. It was great. That was definitely different than universities in the US. I haven't really experienced anything like that. So that was fun to experience. And then also just being in Europe, it was great to travel. They have such a good transportation system with trains and public transport and buses, and plane tickets are cheap. So I got the chance to go to tons of different countries. So like neighboring Finland and Norway. And I also got the chance to go to Italy, Austria, France, and Ireland. So being out there for that much time, you have a lot of time to get around, and it's not too expensive. So it was definitely an experience that affected my life a lot. I think I met a lot of people from around the world that I'll hopefully get to go visit here in the near future. I have some friends coming to visit me in California, which will be cool for them. And so definitely opened my eyes to travel and to different cultures, as I've never really done too much traveling outside of the US. So
you got in quite a bit of travel in the time that you were there. That's excellent. And for both of you, for Garren and Josue, how large were your classes? I'm curious. What was the size like of your classes?
I would say they were about 35, 40 people.
Okay.
It was
Reasonable.
Fairly,
yeah.
Same for me.
Same thing. Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Thank you both for sharing. Any advice as well, Garren, on your end that you would recommend if people are thinking along these lines?
Yeah, I mean, like Josue said, take advantage of it. Really think through where you're going to be and do some research. I was lucky because I enjoyed Sweden a lot, but I was unprepared for the winter, just how dark and cold it got, which it was fun. I still enjoyed it, but I was something when I got there, I was like, oh, I forgot it gets dark here at like 3 p.m. in the wintertime. But also, if you're going to do it, try and plan ahead, because, you don't want to be going down to the wire when you're coming up on getting your study visa. There's lots of little logistics that, aren't going to stop you from doing it, but you just got to get it all dialed in before you go. So I'm sure everyone who's done this sort of abroad experience can speak to that as well. Make sure you're prepared, but it's the experience of a lifetime. It's a life-changing experience. So just plan ahead and go do it.
Excellent. Just to that effect, the GSM and the Dean are very committed to trying to work in some kind of international experience for students. So while we're really talking tonight about the more traditional, longer term quarter away, semester abroad, we do have other options as well, and we'll talk about it at the very end. And over the time that I've been here, I've seen a really wide variety of ways you can get an international experience, including perhaps even as a sample culminating project that might be overseas, or partnering with students from other universities to do case studies. We did that just last year with the School of Burgundy School of Business. We partnered a group of our students with a group of French students to work on a consulting project for a company in the wine market. And it culminated in the students traveling to New York last year and presenting together to the client. So if you're interested and passionate about international experiences, there's a variety of ways to be able to get that experience. So thank you both, Garren and Josue. Appreciate that. So now we're going to have our colleagues from IMT Ghaziabad share with us. We've got 3 students who are on exchange this quarter, Ansh, Muskaan, and Kuhu. So would love to hear from you, and let me know as you're sharing information when to click ahead to the next slide. But we'd love to hear about what you've been experiencing here at the GSM, and what your thoughts on how the experience has been. But then certainly we'd like to learn more about your university as well. And then there's a larger slide deck when this is done that we'll be sharing out with everybody at the GSM too. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys decide who gets to go first or who wants to do the talking, but hopefully we'll hear from all of you. That would be lovely.
Okay, we were seeing as to start off with the deck about the college, just tell you about IMT, and then we can all just talk about our specific experiences at GSM.
Mhm.
So in the next slide, we've got, so basically IMT Ghaziabad was established in 1980 and it has been around for 40 years. It has been accredited by AACSB, and at IMT we offer many programs in management. We have got, if you could just go to the next slide, please. Yeah. So we have many programs in the area. We have full-time management programs, executive programs, part-time MBA, and we also offer MBA specializing in banking and financial services. We also have a dual country program, which is in association with the IMT Dubai campus. So you've got students who spend 1 year in Dubai and 1 year at IMT. And IMT has 4 campuses in India: Ghaziabad, Nagpur, Hyderabad, and we've got the international campus in Dubai. In the next slide, we can see the accreditations of IMT. It's been AACSB accredited, SACS accredited, NPA accredited, and it's been accredited by the Association of Indian Universities. As we move on, so basically we would like to talk more about the International Relations Center in India at IMT, which was established in 2005 and is the driving force behind all of the prominent partnerships with the different universities across the world. So IMT currently has 53 esteemed business universities as partners in over 25 plus countries. As you move to the next slide, you can see that where our partners are centered primarily in. So we've got mostly 57% of our university partners are in Europe, and we are and 11% in North America. So we're also associated with Syracuse University in US and with UC Davis, of course. Moving on, I'd like to pass the baton to Muskaan.
So talking about the IMT Ghaziabad ranking, we have in Financial Times it talked about that it ranked 92 in the world, and India Today talked about it. It's one of the top 6 private in India, private college. And in Business Today, it said that it has been ranked 14th overall and 6th in private in business today B school ranking. So it's among the like top 10 colleges. Next. So the tentative term schedule is same as the UC Davis. It also follows the quarter system, which starts from August and ends have a 2 years program and ends in March. So it's like the same as here in the UC Davis. Next, please. So some of the most popular contemporary courses that we have, which is very distinct from other colleges, is like strategy marketing unit, using simulation, luxury marketing, and economies of entrepreneurship because they really focus on entrepreneurship and they even have it right now is entrepreneurship and new venture, blockchain, and trying to get into AI and as well as data analytics using R. Next, please. So some of the opportunities for students is that one of the things that is that IMT never sleeps. You have all the opportunities day and night. You get keynote sessions from industry leaders, from industry CSOs, and classroom sessions with people who are actually working in industry, so that you get a very different and distinct characteristics and actually know what's going on in the field right now. There's also library 24/7 and computer lab that the people can use anytime they want. Next slide, please. And some of the facilities on campus is like 24/7 Wi-Fi, sports, like one of the biggest sports event is held in IMT out of all MBA colleges in India. And it just held and it's like one of the most reputed. There's medical assistance, there's gym that you can go anytime, there's printer and taxi and cab services. And these are few of the photos that were there in the facilities, like this mass and the sports. And passing on the baton to the Ansh.
Hi everyone. I hope you're having a good time in this session. So coming on, we thought apart from the content, it's also important to add some images. So here are some of the glimpses of of our international exchange students who have come at IMT. At the bottom, you can see a traditional attire that are worn by the few of the students, and beside that is students near the iconic Taj Mahal, which is the said to be the one of the wonders of the world. Next. So at IMT, we have proudly welcomed close to 27 groups of foreign exchange students through our STEM program, which has enabled students to earn 4 to 6 credits with a brief time frame of 5 to 15 days. And this program not only includes academics, but also includes company visits, cultural tours, rural visits. So it's not just about academics, it's much more than that to enhance the students' experience. Next.
If I may, before we move from the slide, this is the program that some of our GSM students participated in, I believe in the December of 22. They went for about a week and they had a very full agenda, but it was a balance of academics, lectures, tours, cultural experiences. I think maybe cricket, tea every day. It sounded amazing, and they came back with nothing but glowing remarks. They had a fabulous experience. So. And I can see
Again,
there's
there
images of
are
that.
these are a few more images. Yeah, images, more dance, dance, images with faculties, etc. Next. Lastly, beyond the academics, I think what you will also immerse yourself in a kaleidoscope of cultures. There'll be different cuisines, languages, music, religious practices that are in India. So, since Ghaziabad is situated close to numerous tourist locations, can visit the architectural marvels like the Red Fort, the Humayun's tomb in the capital city of India, then the ghats of religious city of Varanasi, then it is close to the bread taking landscapes of Himalayas and a couple of wildlife sanctuaries as well. Next. Additionally, for all the foodies, you'll definitely enjoy the food. So one of the images about a thali, I it varies from state to state, place to place. There are different types of thalis, and if you are India, you should definitely try one of the thalis. I hope you have and I hope yeah, this is all. Thank you.
And this is awesome. Thank you. And if any of our students have questions, I hope that they may be able to reach out to you, even as you return back to IMT. That would be lovely if they could stay in touch. All right.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
Awesome. I just wanted to throw up a couple slides as well, and we're almost ready to wrap up, but we do offer, as I mentioned, there's the traditional exchange, but there's also a shorter term opportunity with a school in Finland, Lappeenranta University of Technology, or LUT, and this tends to be popular with our part-time and online students. It gives you the opportunity to go for 1 to 2 to 3 weeks. So if you're not able to go away for an entire quarter or semester, this is another option. I have more information. We've actually rolled out some information to our students, but if you have questions, you can reach out to me about that. And then, of course, our traditional exchange experience, we have relationships with over 14 universities everywhere around the world, as noted, North America, South America, Europe, and Asia. And if you're thinking of doing an exchange, the key is to come see me as soon as possible or email me as soon as possible. And I think has been mentioned, we want to make sure that we have enough time for the application process, which may vary from school to school. We want to make sure your visa is set up and in order and that you've got the right visas if needed, or passports as well. That I think there is one question. Ansh, I see your hand raised.
Yeah, hi Igna. I just wanted to take a couple of moments, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Yeah. So I also wanted to share my experience at UC Davis. I think it's been pretty amazing. I think it was one of the first few universities to come at IMT, and I'm glad that I took a bet on this university. I definitely did not do much research. I called a couple of my friends and just asked them, what do you think about UC Davis? And everyone said, you should definitely go if you are getting an opportunity at UC Davis. And being here, this is my second visit out of India, and I think it's a totally different experience when you interact with people. The respect, specifically the respect they have for each other, the amount of efforts that they put in having a conversation, because it's quite different, and definitely the cohort as well. I must say I'm very glad to have students who are more than usually in India. Students usually have a average age of around 20 to 25 years, or 23 to 25 years in case of an MBA school. But here, I think I'm talking to people who are more experienced, who have got married, who have kids, and I think it just because I never thought a person who has so much levels of experience can actually do an MBA as well. And I'm glad that I've got an opportunity not to contribute academically as but also students here have helped me in making tools, making telling me which places you should visit, as well as which places not to visit as well. So that's helped me tremendously. And lastly, I just want to say thank you to Jacqueline. Unfortunately, she hasn't been a part of this meeting, but
Hmm. Yeah,
Igna,
thank you.
Jacqueline, Lisa, the dean, the assistant dean, because it takes a lot of effort to bring three students from India, right? It's not only about the distance, but it's also about the efforts that you guys have put it. And thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for putting your efforts.
Absolutely. Thank you. Muskaan and Kuhu, was there anything else you wanted to add? Or I know we're a little short on time. I want to check to see if Nicole had any questions, but I want to give you a chance also.
Yeah, I just
I
wanted.
just
Sure, sure.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for all your help to Jacqueline and you and all of the team at GSM. You've been very welcoming and warm, and it's been a really nice academic as well as cultural experience being here. Thank you.
Great.
And
Muskaan?
same, I wanted to thank everyone for having such an amazing and being. I know the documentation process wasn't easier, and having on the spot replies to every queries that we had, and I know we had a lot. So thank you so much for that. And Ansh has mentioned everything, but I also want to mention that the professors that we got, or the opportunities to meet people, for example, Vanessa, or Guy Peters, the kind of experience they bring, and just understanding the world from a different experience and more than theoretical. It's been really amazing, and the classmates, the cohort, they have been really, really welcoming, and actually loved interacting with them. So yeah,
Awesome.
thank you so much for such golden opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you. Well, we lost our guest, but I'm going to go ahead and just show this last slide for the sake of the recording. For anybody interested in looking at LUT or participating in LUT, there is an initial application of March 15th. So reach out to me if you've got questions. And then if you're interested in a traditional exchange, get a hold of me before the end of March so we can start your process and the whole application process for the particular school you're interested in. So that is it for this evening. Thank you all for sharing your experiences. Appreciate your time, and reach out again if you have any questions about international exchange, either coming in or leaving to travel abroad. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.